Unfortunately, I wasn't able to secure an audience for tonight because of my work schedule. However, I would like to talk about life. Life is full of variables like not having a secured audience or working late. But there is one step that we all are going to take one day or another. We're all going to have to own a house. And because this is inevitable, the goal of my speech is to inform you how to purchase your first house. There are many variables to consider when thinking about your first home. Every situation will be different, but there are certain steps and information I think we should all know that will make the process less daunting and more rewarding. First, I will explain how to financially prepare for your home. Second, I'll explain how to identify a timeline and a budget. And lastly, I'll explain what to look for when you are ready to purchase your first home. Finances are considerably important when contemplating a home purchase. Before making any moves, any new homeowner should check their credit score. Your credit score will determine how much you will be approved for in your loan and your interest rates. To increase your credit score, pay down all of your debts, stay on top of all of your bills, and pay any outstanding collections. Once you've done your best to increase your credit score, you will become a more attractive applicant when applying for financing. With credit score in check, the next step will be saving for a down payment. This portion of the home buying process is the most difficult. Most experts recommend saving about 20% of the home purchase price, which can be extremely intimidating. There are options for first-time home buyers to save or put down only as little as 3.5% of the home purchase price. With that being said, if you do the 3.5%, you will have private mortgage insurance. Private mortgage insurance is a little extra premium for the lenders to make sure that you are paying on time and that they get their bang for their buck at the end of the day. Private mortgage insurance tends to be 1 to 2% of your home purchase price, split up into 12 monthly payments added on top of your mortgage. There are many different routes to securing financing, and what you should do as a first-time home buyer is weigh all your options and pick the best option that works for both you, your timeline, and your budget. Once you have taken your credit score and savings into account, the third step should be focusing on your timeline and your budget. Your timeline is critical to the home buying process. Knowing your timeline will help you identify the length of your investment and how much you can expect to spend once the entire transaction is all said and done. A couple questions to ask yourself are, how long do you plan on owning the home? Are you planning to raise your family for the next 10 years? Or are you just doing a little flip or flop type of deal? Is this an investment property, a rental property, or a residential property? All of these questions should be answered prior to buying your home. The length of time you spend in the home is a moot point. That being said, the length of time you spend owning your home is extremely important. Your budget will vary a great deal on your ownership timeline. Your budget is an extremely crucial piece to the puzzle. Buying a home is usually a long-term investment. To clarify, you'll be taking on an expense that will last month to month, year to year, usually for the next 5 to 30 years, depending on your loan type. Knowing what you can afford and spending within your means is essential to staying on top of your bills, or staying on top of your mortgage more importantly, and maintaining ownership of your home. You must consider all of your debts and expenses on a monthly basis and weigh them against your monthly income before deciding how much home you can afford. First-time home buyers consider the mortgage and the interest rate usually, but tend to overlook maintenance, property taxes, and unexpected emergency expenses. A good approach to make sure you spend within your means is working your numbers backwards, according to Pej Barlarvi, a New York real estate investor. Working your numbers backwards means setting a budget you feel comfortable paying every month should you injure yourself, be fired, laid off, or just unable to work all around. Being prepared for the worst may seem pessimistic, but not being prepared for the worst will leave you in a desperate situation. Knowing your budget, knowing your timeline are two crucial pieces once you have your credit in check and your finances saved. Once you've improved your credit score, saved for a down payment, figured out your timeline, and budgeted for all scenarios, it is now time to find the perfect house. According to Manuel Davis, a real estate broker in Brockton, you should always consider the 3 P's. The 3 P's are place, product, and price. As a first-time homebuyer, you want to purchase a home in an area with appreciating home values, a good school system, numerous amenities, and a low tax rate. Location, location, location is an old real estate proverb you've probably all heard before, and it holds true. Although this may seem obvious, many people do not think of resale value when buying their first home. Knowing what a prospective buyer is looking for in the location of their next home is extremely crucial to the resale process. The second P is product. Although a home with 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom may work for you and a partner or investor, it may not work for a family who has 3 kids. You want to know what the next family or home buyer is going to look for within your home. Try and keep your range to 2 to 3 bathrooms to accommodate families and single demographics. When it comes to the resale of your home, you want to appeal to as many people as you can to make the home sale as simple and efficient as possible. Lastly, every home buyer must consider the price of their next home. In the world of real estate, however, price is all relative. You do not want to overpay for a home just because it is in a good location, nor do you want to choose a bad location to save when purchasing. According to Linda Thomas, a real estate director in Dartmouth, you want to purchase a home under the median 5 to 10 sales in that area. By staying under the median of the area, you allow for home values to rise, and you also set yourself up for the best position to sell with profit. Here you will find a floor plan of one of the floor plans that I sell in Dartmouth, Massachusetts. Each floor plan comes spot on with 3 bedrooms, 2 bath right off the bat. Our real estate agents do this and our builders do this to make sure we appeal to the widest demographic. This is rule of thumb through all new construction, all new developments, and everything like that. So moving forward, find the right price, the right place, and the right product. After you've secured your credit score, you've saved your financing, and identified a timeline and a budget, you should be set to buy your first home. Buying a home can be confusing at first. However, understanding all the steps and taking a step-by-step process can make it that much easier. Do your best to find the right home for the right price in the right area. Real estate can be tricky, but being sure of yourself and your situation can go a long way. If you follow each of these steps, then you will feel confident in your first home purchase. Thank you, and have a nice night.